And welcome into the Morgan and Kathy Wooten Gymnasium for this early 2023 DeMatha basketball broadcast as we get set to face Bishop O'Connell. Having some technical difficulties here early in this season. Unfortunately, we can only work with 2 cameras right now, and we were about to start with 1, and now we're trying to get the main camera back up. But we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem and everything. We'll be right back.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this athletic event, we ask you to bless these athletes, keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Bless all who have gathered for this game, students, parents, and visitors. Inspire all to have a true spirit of sportsmanship and a value for others. In all of us, may we have a Christ-like attitude. Let us also remember those men and women in uniform of our nation who daily protect us from terrorism and harm within our own country and who keep safe the victims of international war and violence. We pray that the Lord will guard them in the palm of his hand and return them safely to their families and homes. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Saint DeMatha. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please remain standing and direct your attention to the American flag for the singing of our national anthem as recorded by the Voices of DeMatha. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting O'Connell Knights. At guard, a 6'5" freshman, number 24, Quincy Wadley. A 6'7" junior guard forward, number 5, Dave Rochester. A 6'6" junior guard forward, number 10, Jaden Harris. A 6-foot senior guard, number 11, Corey Calker. And a 6'5" senior forward, number 21, Samson Ogwande. The staff for the Knights, the managers are J.P. Garbert and Riley Weaver. Assistant coaches are Greg Rex, Jasper Williams, and Michael Mann. The head coach of the O'Connell Knights is Joe Wooten. And now, ladies and gentlemen, DeMatha, we hope you're seated and ready because the lights go out in 3, 2, 1. PG County, it's time to meet the starting 5 for the 2022-23 DeMatha Stars. A 6'8" junior center, number 1, Malcolm Thomas. A 6'4" senior forward, number 0, Logan Lewis. A 6-foot senior guard, number 2, Jaden Winston. A 6'3" senior guard, number 4, Mason So. And a 6'2" senior guard, number 5, Isaiah Arnold. The staff for the Stags Spotlight operators are Owen Kramer and Pat Moran. Team managers are Travis Jones, Jordan Gibson, Terrence Getty, Ian Mackel, and Baruch Grimes. The trainers are Jennifer Redding, Ava Grease, Haley Rust, and Wendy Norris. Assistants are Travis Bergdahl, Isaac McNeil, Kurt Samuels, and Wade Summer.
All right, and here we go. It's time for some DeMatha basketball, some new theatrics for the introductions, and got a straight line into our box up here. But Neil Murphy and Corey Puffy here as we get set, and an early 3 for O'Connell. That was Corey Kalker. How are you doing tonight, Neil?
Fantastic. And I'm thinking about, I haven't played in the faculty senior game in quite a few years. If they'll do those introductions, I might make a comeback. But O'Connell off the tip. Quick 3 for Quincy Wadley. They're up 3-0. Little jump ball, be Stags ball on the baseline.
So some technical issues at the beginning of the broadcast. Are you having some difficulty hearing me, Neil? And unfortunately, we had to switch to a new feed. One of our students was a little bit late getting here to run the main camera, and we're running on a little bit of a bare bones operation tonight. And unfortunately, that forced us to put up a new link. But hopefully you're with us as we have some early action here in the Stags' first game of the new year. Offensive foul off the ball there against DeMatha, and O'Connell will take over here in the first minute of play.
Mason So trying to push the ball a little bit out of control. O'Connell took it, stepped in and took the charge. O'Connell ball on the baseline. O'Connell comes in at 5-5. The Stags 9-3.
Stags got 2 early WCAC contests out of their way over the Christmas break, both road games, and they won both. O'Connell has just an early season loss against Good Counsel on their WCAC resume. That was back in just their second game of the season. And that's going to be out of bounds, trying to get it into Samson Ogwande. Didn't secure the pass, fumbled it out of bounds. Mason So takes the inbound pass for the Stags. Dumps it off to Isaiah Arnold, and we're going to have another offensive foul against the Stags off the ball. This time it's Logan Lewis.
Stags tried to run that little elevator play where you run the shooter through and then the elevator door closes, still moving. O'Connell drew the contact, offensive foul.
Quickly, a little bit of transition for O'Connell off the inbounds. Logan Lewis comes away with the loose ball, gets it to Isaiah Arnold, dumps it to Jaden Winston, and a nice move to lay it up and in off the glass.
Good push by the Stags. Stags had numbers. Jaden Winston with the nice finish.
And that's going to be out of bounds. Error on O'Connell. DeMatha takes over.
Stags winners of 5 straight to bring their record up to 9-3. A little momentum. And one thing I've noticed, assuming the stats are correct, they've really cut down on the turnovers. And also Malcolm Thomas has started to emerge as that inside player the Stags desperately need.
Malcolm Thomas starting tonight. I don't remember if he started that first game we called almost a month ago now, Neil, against Roosevelt, but he definitely made his presence felt, but he also got into some foul trouble in that game. Here he's trying to get O'Connell in some early foul trouble as he forces the contact underneath the basket, and he'll shoot free throws. Testing, testing. Any sound here?
Yeah, getting some reports that maybe the sound's not coming through.
Okay, yeah, we do have sound. So somebody might just need to turn their volume up if they're not getting sound. But I can hear it through my broadcast on my laptop.
Jaden Harris with the nice finish inside. Logan Lewis appears to got a little dinged up there. We'll sub for him. Number 11, Adam Fox reported. 6:27 to go. O'Connell up 5-4.
Fox gets it in to Winston. O'Connell trying to get some pressure, but Winston quickly out of there. Puts it across the baseline to Mason So. Isaiah Arnold thought about it. Decides better of it. And he's going to take the three. No good, and O'Connell comes away with the rebound. Corey Culker flew in to board that one. Quincy Wadley able to drive in. Some good skills at the basket there.
Nice finish by Quincy Wadley. Got in the lane, was able to avoid contact, lay it off the glass.
Really good touch, some English off the glass for Wadley. And we got a timeout here early. 7-4. Always kind of special when O'Connell comes to play here. Joe Wooten in the Morgan and Kathy Wooten Gymnasium.
And here at tonight's game is Joe's mom, Kathy Wooten. She's up in the corner. I'm watching her carefully to see if she's cheering for O'Connell or cheering for DeMatha. Actually, whatever Kathy wants to do is fine. But Joe, and this made me feel, I emailed Joe the other day to get some info on the team, and Joe's in his 24th year at O'Connell. He actually has, I believe, if my math is good, 498 wins over O'Connell. So he's 2 away from 500, which is quite an achievement for a high school coach. Of course, we're hoping after today he's still 2 away.
Mason So takes the inbound from Isaiah Arnold.
O'Connell, a little pressure of their own. Tip pass will be Stags ball out of bounds.
Wadley a good job to get in the passing lane, but the Stags will retain possession.
And we are on YouTube TV, obviously, but there is a chat thing. So if you wanted to type in, particularly if there's problems such as with the sound and whatnot, you can type that in so we can react to it a little quicker.
That's a good job by Jaden Harris to force that turnover, and a quick 2 for O'Connell, and then DeMatha responds in kind. DeMatha getting some pressure now. Wadley able to kick it out to Harris. Harris driving in the lane, a little hook shot, no good, but that's Samson Ogwande with the cleanup underneath the basket.
Stags got court, kind of standing on the outside watching. We got a rebound by committee. We had a couple guys standing out of three-point line, cheering for the other guys to rebound.
Adam Fox to Mason So, and they're going to call him for a travel. He started to go up, came back down, took the step.
A little over anxious, had a decent three, but thought he'd shot fake and drive a little bit too quick.
Culker gets it in to Harris. And it'll be Corey Culker taking the ball up court.
Scott Nance just typed in, sound is fine. So again, that means it's probably an individual issue if the sound's not working. Of course, those having the issue can't hear me now, so.
It doesn't really do them a whole lot of good now, does it?
O'Connell with the early lead, 11-6.
This will be David Rochester handling the inbound duties for O'Connell here. A.J. McCleary getting some pressure on him. And they're going to get it into Ogwande. Samson Ogwande passes it off, gets it back, driving against Malcolm Thomas, and they're going to say that's an offensive foul on Ogwande.
A.J. McCleary gave it up for the team, stuck his body in the air, took the contact. Samson Ogwande, football player, and you can tell by looking at him, but committed to play James Madison next year.
All right. Chris McElveen is in the game for DeMatha. Did not start today, but he was very active in that game last month against Eleanor Roosevelt. Plays with a lot of energy.
I think the one thing I say about Mike Jones' team, Mike Jones III, is they all play with energy or they're not going to play.
Yeah. Jacob Wallace with the ball. He turns it over, poked free from behind by Corey Kolker, and driving in the lane, that's Adam Umedouche.
Nice little finish off the steal. Jacob Wallace didn't secure the ball. He got past his player guarding him, but didn't secure the ball.
Wallace with the rebound. Couldn't quite get it in. Took a hard fall, and on the other end, Isaiah Arnold swept in, and they're going to call him for a foul. Didn't quite get all ball, according to our official.
Good hustle by Isaiah Arnold. O'Connell had numbers on the break. Stop the layup, make him earn it at the foul line.
Yep, nothing else.
Almost halfway through the first quarter. O'Connell up 13-6.
And Wadley misses the first one. Hung up there on the rim. No good. David Rochester in the backcourt with Isaiah Arnold. As Wadley gears up for his second free throw, and that one falls right in. Jacob Wallace pushes it up to Arnold. Arnold spins around away from Rochester and could not finish at the rim, but the foul is called. I believe they got Isaiah Shaw for that one, and Isaiah Arnold will shoot a pair.
Nice move by Isaiah, certainly known for his three-point shooting. That time, the heck with the scouting report, took it strong to the rim. He'll go to the foul line for two.
Makes the first. Of course, we mentioned Jacob Wallace just a little bit before the game, Neil. We saw his brother.
Josh, one of my all-time favorite Trigg students. Very good basketball player, but also football player. Having a fabulous career up at UMass. He'll graduate coming up. We'll probably go back for a fifth year and make him play for his master's. Everybody gets the benefit of that, what they call the COVID year.
Yep. Second free throw also good for Isaiah Arnold. Makes it 14-8. DeMatha, three men in the backcourt trying to press the ball. And they'll back off just a little bit. Rochester passes it off. A three-point shot is good for Corey Kolker.
Nice job by O'Connell. We're able to move the ball, wide open shot.
Got Cade Sebastian out of position there. And got the open look. Chris McElveen driving in. It's blocked off and blocked by Adam Umedouche. Went up, came down with it, and recovers the ball on the other end. And that's going to be a foul called on Sebastian. Quincy Wadley went up strong with it. He'll shoot two.
Wadley making things happen early. He hit the free ball off the jump ball, taking the ball strong to the basket a couple of times now. He's on the foul line for two.
O'Connell with a very strong opening quarter so far. Maybe not so strong at the foul line, though. It's their second miss now on 2 trips to the free throw line. Is it only 2 trips to the free throw line? DeMatha's already got 6 fouls. A lot of it has been off ball, though.
Well,
Makes the second.
One of the things about both team pressing is there's going to be a lot of fouls.
Yes.
You know, and certainly DeMatha goes fairly deep.
And they're going to call that.
Chris McElveen got caught.
Yeah. Didn't keep that pivot foot down, I suppose.
If you're Coach Joe Wooten, this is your ideal start, right? You're coming in playing at DeMatha. DeMatha's won 5 straight. Got the good start early.
Down on the baseline, puts it up off the rim, no good, and Adam Fox comes down with it, and defense too tight. Fouls called. I believe they got David Rochester for that one. That one is the 6th team foul, so the next foul by either team will put their opponent in the bonus. J.J. Addison checks in for Bishop O'Connell, number 13 on the floor. Wallace tries to spin away. That's going to be out of bounds off O'Connell. Stays with DeMatha.
O'Connell doing a nice job of forcing DeMatha to catch it deep. So they're not catching it 15 feet or 10 feet in. They're catching where they're almost out of bounds. And then DeMatha has to work the entire length of the floor to get open.
Yeah, that makes it very difficult. Nice job there by Wallace, though, to get it right back to Fox so they can get it into the front court. Driving into the lane and off the glass and in is J.J. Massaquoi.
Nice little finish by J.J. Drove it in. O'Connell stepped in for the charge. Was able to avoid the contact.
Deep three taken and good by Adam Umidush. And O'Connell responds right back. 21-10 Knights. Cade Sebastian gets it back to Wallace. Passes it off, takes it back. He's going to take the three. No good for Wallace, but Adam Fox goes up for the offensive board, loses it. And O'Connell comes away with the ball. And I believe that's going to be an offensive foul, a little bit of a push maybe by J.J. Addison as he was trying to drive into the lane.
Lots of action on both ends of the floor. Referees blowing the whistle a lot, but also, because it's such an active game, letting a lot go.
So of course, offensive foul does not send DeMatha to the line, but DeMatha is in the bonus now. We won't have that indicator on our screen tonight. Working with a bit of a bare bones crew. Just the two of us and one camera operator tonight. A.J. McCleary will shoot a pair of free throws.
Now, if I'm on DeMatha's team, one thing I'm noticing is O'Connell is willing to step in and take charges. J.J. did a nice job last time he drove in. O'Connell player stepped in for the charge. He was able to veer off and avoid the contact. Okay, that time A.J., same thing. But you have to be conscious. Maybe get in there, come to a jump stop.
And McCleary makes the first. Second free throw on its way from A.J. McCleary. That one's good. And Mason So will check back into the game for him.
As they have been all year, DeMatha playing a lot of players. Oh.
Couldn't quite find the ball there, and Quincy Wadley gets it on the inbound. He tries a little cross move.
That's what's known as a heat check.
Yeah. Cade Sebastian couldn't stick with him, but the three was no good. And offensive foul on J.J. Massaquoi. As you were just saying, Neil.
Love the aggression, but might be that time to give it up to a guard, fill the lane, get it off the backboard, and maybe get it back to finish. A lot of O'Connell players in the lane. Obviously, they've been taught, step in the lane, take the charges. Don't make their job any easier.
Shane Lincoln brings the ball up court for the Knights. Ignores the screen, drives in the lane, kicks it out, and a travel on Adam Umidush. He took that deep three a few moments ago and made it. This time passed it up, but a little too antsy. Isaiah Arnold back in the game. Inbounds to Mason So. Gets it. Oh, intercepted on the run. And as much as Cade Sebastian tried to get there, could not stop Isaiah Shaw from laying it up and in.
Nice job by Adam Fox. Got in the lane, knew O'Connell would step in, under control, dropped it off. JJ will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, caught maybe just a little bit by surprise by the pass. And that split second cost him the 2, but he will shoot a pair of free throws here. And the first one is good. DeMatha making the most of their opportunities at the charity stripe.
Now, DeMatha should be fairly comfortable in this environment. Basically, O'Connell is playing like DeMatha. They're pressing on everything. They're doubling the ball. So offensively, you got to read. If your guy leaves you to double team, you're the hot receiver. You got to get open, and what we have to do is meet the pass. We haven't been doing a great job of that.
Massaquoi couldn't make the second free throw, and a turnover on the other end by O'Connell. Mason So for 3. Rims out.
Good look, tough luck. At home, those are supposed to go down.
And on the other end, that's going to be a foul on Massaquoi. They charged that to Cade Sebastian, actually. So Sebastian charged for that one.
O'Connell with a good push. Nobody stopped the ball. Somebody's got to declare. Somebody get the ball. Someone get the hole.
Aiden Kolker at the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. And first one off the back of the rim and no good. Bit of a line change here for the Stags as Malcolm Thomas checks back in and Darius Vance gets his first action of the night. Mason So gets it to Isaiah Arnold, into Adam Fox, back out to Arnold. He's going to take a deep 2, fading to the side, and he makes it.
Tough shot by Arnold, little fade away. Knocked it down, 23-15, just under a minute to go.
Once this quarter ends, I'll go talk to our camera operator. It's a little bit, camera's a little bit high is what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to try and have him keep it a little bit lower and maybe see if we can cut out some of that wobbling.
And these are students we have working the game. This is part of their class, and this is a teaching moment. 46.5 to go, 23-15 O'Connell up. Their ball on the baseline, 13 on the shot clock.
Corey Kolker gets it into Umidush. Adam Umidush drives in, puts it up. Great block by Malcolm Thomas. And on the other end, no good off the glass by Isaiah Arnold. DeMatha would have loved to have that instead. O'Connell for 3, no good. Went up for the rebound. Patrick O'Brien could not get it, and it's out of bounds off O'Brien. DeMatha will have the ball with 21 seconds to go. Shot clock is off.
Yeah, normally we'd say DeMatha get the last shot, but no way in this environment.
Ooh, Darius Vance, and it's going to be a foul. Aiden Kolker a little bit too aggressive there.
For both teams, if you're going to stand back and wait for the ball to get you, you're going to be on defense real soon.
And with double-digit fouls now against O'Connell, Vance will shoot 2.
Got a little lucky there. If we step to receive the pass, it's an easy call.
Yep. Vance, first free throw good. Not sure why they were even entering the lane there. He was getting 2 free throws, so we're in the double bonus.
We got to practice. Malcolm Thomas, though, the big block again. He can do things. A lot of the other players, they can all do certain things. Malcolm Thomas can do things that nobody else on his team can.
Second free throw rims out. Corey Kolker, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Working on Vance, drives in the lane, kicks it out for 3, and it's good in the corner by Quincy Wadley. He started the scoring in the first quarter. He'll end the scoring in the first quarter as that 3 does not come close to hitting the mark. and it is a 10-point O'Connell lead at the end of the first quarter. I'll be right back with you, Neil.
All right, so we're going to work on some of our technical difficulties here, maybe get our camera work squared away. But if you're Coach Joe Wooten, you got to be really happy. First of all, 10-point lead. If I'm Coach Jones, I'm in the huddle saying, hey, 26 points, that's a lot of points to give up. But you got to love O'Connell. Aggressive on offense. They're not afraid to create, and their defense is creating a lot of their offense. Part of it is DeMatha is helping them out, maybe laying back, not meeting the pass, not being aware that their man is going to leave them to go double the ball. But you got to love the pace as they go up and down. I think DeMatha is doing a decent job taking care of the ball, but they got to get better shots down this end, and they certainly have to be aware that when they drive to the basket, under control, 2 feet, looking for the kick out, or maybe take the baby jumper. Don't try to take it all the way to the rim. O'Connell has shown that they're willing to step in and take the charge.
Sorry, I missed your first quarter analysis, Neil.
All right, well, you're here for the important part.
All right.
Say hi to my grandson, Kellen, my granddaughter, Ainsley Ann, and the newest fan that we have, Brody Jones-Hemp, up there in Jefferson, Maryland. So I know we got at least 3 people watching.
Excellent. Well, you got 83 people actually right now if the counter on the stream is correct.
They might be watching on the old link, though, wondering when the game's going to start.
Hopefully people have found us. Second quarter underway. O'Connell starts with the ball. This is Charles Thomas with some tight defense. Gets up, challenges the shot, and that was a good challenge. That might have saved it because that was pretty close by Patrick O'Brien. And under the basket, rather, they are going to call a jump ball. Isaiah Arnold down there fighting for it for the Stags.
So again, if you looked at the film there, 3 guys from DeMatha underneath the rim, 2 guys out of the three-point line kind of peeking in. Everybody's got to be in there to rebound.
Jaden Harris checks in the game for the Knights. Arnold threads the needle to Mason So. So puts it into Charles Thomas. Oh, no call on that, as they're going to say that was a clean block by Patrick O'Brien. Intercepted by Jaden Winston on the cross-court pass, trying to get Corey Kalker in the corner. Mason So crosses over Umidush. Gets to Isaiah Arnold. Arnold, almost slipped into a travel there, but did not. Mason So takes it, and the Stags are going to reset here with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
This might be the first time all game the shot clock's been under 10.
Try to get it to Malcolm Thomas there. Hit a few legs on the way. And Mason So, good job to strip it loose, but Umidush regathers and puts it up off the backboard.
Little horse shot there off the backboard, kind of a dead leg bank shot.
Malcolm Thomas at the top of the key. Nice spin move to get in there, and Patrick O'Brien will be called for this foul. Malcolm Thomas will head to the line.
Pat O'Brien for O'Connell is signed to go to Bucknell. He's going to play basketball up there.
2 free throws coming up for Malcolm Thomas. And the first is no good, off the front of the rim and fell off to the left. We'll try it again. Unkind rim there. Really hard bounce off the front of the rim, off the backboard, no good. And Jaden Harris goes up and coming down with it. Charles Thomas at least put it in a place where Mason So could get to it. Isaiah Arnold for 3, and that one is good. Off the assist by Jaden Winston.
Isaiah was ready to shoot, and I think that makes all the difference in the world. He was down low, caught the ball. He's halfway into his shooting motion. Good delivery by Jaden Winston.
Yep, and now on the other end, Isaiah Arnold's playing some tight defense, and they're going to call him for a foul. Looks like he was willing to give that one up. I thought that was a little ticky-tack. but Quincy Wadley will shoot free throws now.
And again, I think you have to know who you're guarding. If you're watching the game, every time Quincy Wadley has gotten the ball, he's really looking to attack. So you want to contain on the dribble, keep him in front of you. He's looking to get you on his hip, ride you to the bucket.
First half of the 1-and-1 was no good by Wadley, so that worked out in DeMatha's favor. Winston puts it up, and a really nice job by Patrick O'Brien to avoid the alley-oop as Malcolm Thomas was ready for it.
Not a bad play. Certainly Malcolm can go up top and get it. A little touch pass. Good hands by O'Connell.
Winston wanted to get Malcolm Thomas. Instead, he finds Isaiah Arnold, and he hits the step-back three in the corner.
Isaiah Arnold, the son of Mike Arnold, who was a teammate of Joe Wooten's back in that 91 team.
Malcolm Thomas went up for that rebound. Didn't get it, but they're going to call, or actually he went up for the block, didn't get it, but they're going to call
Looks like they got
foul.
Pat O'Brien underneath pushing.
There's a lot of contact down there. Everybody was jostling for position there.
Now, it was a bit of a skirmish underneath, so I don't know if Isaiah Arnold got fouled. Yeah, Isaiah Arnold. Hey, I just hit 2 threes. I'm going to walk to the line. Make me leave.
He tried it. Charles Thomas instead will step to the line.
I may have gotten a few extra points from the foul line in my rec league career. Actually, I think I did in high school once too. And generally, the guys that let me do it, they're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no good there, but it is a 2 free throw situation. We're past 1-and-1s at this point. The next foul by DeMatha will also put O'Connell in the double bonus. Charles Thomas gets the second one to go in, and DeMatha has cut this down to a 5-point game. About 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Stags have backed off their full court pressure just a little bit.
And there's a block by Malcolm Thomas. Mason So up high for the rebound, and he's going to take it coast to coast. He kind of lulled O'Connell to sleep there with his patience, but ultimately decided he needed to take it, and he made it. On the other end, good defense. Tried to get it to Winston, but that's going to lead to an easy dunk for Adam Umidouche. And they're going to call him for, I guess, is that a technical?
Yeah. See, what the referee is saying, they give you a lot of flexibility with the breakaway rims, particularly if someone is underneath you. What you cannot do is pull yourself up. You can stay there, but if you start to pull yourself up, then they're going to blow it.
So this time Isaiah Arnold does get to go to the line, and he missed it. He was watching it. He was trying to will it into the net. Second free throw is good. So 4-point game now for the Stags, and they get the ball. Or 4-point game for the Knights, rather, but the Stags get the ball. A chance to cut further into this lead. Mason So takes the inbound, and O'Connell also backing off some of their half-court pressure, or full-court pressure, rather. Ooh. O'Connell really trying to get in there, but Isaiah Arnold is red hot here in the second quarter. His third 3 of the frame. It's a 1-point game. In the corner, 2 Stags closing in. No good.
Oh, great
and
pass.
Malcolm Thomas
Great
with
pass.
the dunk. And he did not pull himself up. So exactly what you were saying there, Neil. And he gets the block on the other end. And a travel by O'Connell.
Again, I think the growth of Malcolm Thomas, he's doing things he's always done. He's just doing it more often, a more consistent effort. But certainly he's been active on the defensive end, a couple nice finishes inside. What
a sequence there for the Stags. DeMatha now with a 1-point lead. a great first half of this second quarter. Let's see if they can close out the half. And there is the alley-oop to Malcolm Thomas, the assist to Jaden Winston. Didn't work earlier. They tried it again, and this time, success. But now they're going to call.
He's got him. It was a baby chin-up. But, again, I think you have to understand, the first technical on O'Connell was borderline, a little bit of a chin-up. Malcolm almost did it the last time, and I'm sure Joe Wooten reminded the referee of the previous technical. And that one wasn't much, but that's what's been going on. So it counts as a foul.
I guess that's how we're going to call it tonight. Umidouche missed the first one, and the DeMatha faithful here in the Morgan and Kathy Wooten Gymnasium are saying, ball don't lie.
So again, as a player, much like you notice, they're calling charges tonight. They're calling chin-ups on the dunks. Fortunately, not something I ever had a problem with.
Corey Kalker working against Jaden Winston, gets it off to David Rochester. Drives it around and an errant pass. That'll be DeMatha basketball. Mason So into Winston.
Both teams more traditional man-to-man, picking up maybe three-quarter court as opposed to the all-out pressure before.
Winston, nice little behind the back move. Floater, no good. It's a half jumper, half floater by Winston.
Not a bad shot, but very little movement there. Never got to give the defense a chance.
Kalker passes it off, and that three is good in the corner by Quincy Wadley. That'll tie it up.
.312 to go, 33 all.
Mason So up court to Isaiah Arnold. And Arnold puts it up, and both Malcolm Thomas and Charles Thomas thought that that was an alley-oop attempt for them, and maybe it was, and maybe he split the difference. I don't know what happened there, but
it could
almost
have been
made it. He almost made it.
It was a little left-handed floater in the lane. I think he was trying to score, but
Isaiah Arnold will handle inbound duties here for the Stags. It is going to stay with them.
Now, the big thing is get the ball in bounds. He's taking the ball out in a place you don't normally take it out, so your normal screens are different.
Well, they did. Jaden Winston has the ball. He's going to get a screen from Malcolm Thomas. And Winston, nice little carry into the lane, but didn't quite get the roll that he needed.
Good move, just didn't get the roll.
Rochester misses. Samson Ogwande under the rim, got a couple of chances, but nothing there for O'Connell.
Nice rebound by A.J. McCleary.
And Knight's able to get back in transition defense. Ogwande playing pretty physical. Isaiah Shaw goes up and gets that rebound. Gives it off to Shane Lincoln. Rochester tries to get it off to Ogwande. He does. Malcolm Thomas went up, and that three, no good by Quincy Wadley. Couldn't do it again. 2 minutes remaining in the half.
Great
Across
look.
to Isaiah Arnold.
It was the right play, though. Hot shooter, good look by Jaden Winston, just couldn't knock it down. Great pass.
And on the other end, David Rochester catches it on the run, lays it up nicely.
Just ran by the defense.
Bishop O'Connell back in the lead. And we're going to get a timeout here.
Good
Looks like
timeout.
yep.
I think both teams are looking a little tired there, a little bit ragged. I think DeMatha got a little lazy on the offensive end. Had some good possessions, moving around, getting open shots. Went to a little one-on-one action. All right, and sometimes you have to do that late in the shot clock. It looked like they were going to those moves a little bit early in the shot clock. Run the offense. Make them defend a little bit.
Haven't been a lot of opportunities here in this quarter for substitution, so maybe get some fresh legs in there to close out the quarter. But we'll see what DeMatha decides to come out of here with.
Well, both teams have kind of backed off. In the first quarter, full court pressure both ways, up and down. You know, we had a half in the first quarter in terms of possessions and fouls, etc. Second quarter, a little more straight man-to-man. Both teams get to run their offense. And as you know, in the WCAC, when you get to the end of February in the playoffs, when you're playing somebody for the third time, who can run their offense in the half court, and of course, who can defend in the half court. So
that's what makes the difference.
Yep.
So, minute 39 here in the first half. O'Connell had a 10-point lead at the beginning of this quarter. That lead evaporated. DeMatha led by as much as 3. It's now a 2-point advantage for the Knights. But DeMatha will take possession here.
All right.
And some fresh legs are on the court for DeMatha right now handling the ball. This is Jacob Wallace, a sophomore.
O'Connell, a little 2-3 zone, kind of wide. Now, I'm not saying he has to take the shot.
J.J. Massaquoi in the trap. Gets it across to Isaiah
But you
Arnold.
gotta find,
Couldn't make it. I don't know how he found Arnold there. And that seemed like a pretty quick shot clock.
Well, I forgot to look up there, but I thought it hit the rim.
Yeah, I don't know.
So again, you got to be aware what O'Connell did, wide 2-3 zone, and then the first pass, they tried to trap J.J. Massaquoi way out there.
Shane Lincoln gets it in. Corey Kalker passes it up court. Some good ball movement here, and they're going to call that a
block on J.J. Massaquoi.
I thought he had position, but
kind of leaned in a little bit. But there's that guy again, Quincy Wadley. He seems to be at the end of most of their scoring plays.
Yes, he does.
We got to know where he is on the floor. So even if we're in a zone we're trapping, know if he's in your area, he's going to initiate some stuff.
Chris McElveen checks into the game for the Stags. A.J. McCleary's out there. Only starter on the court at the moment for the Stags is Mason So. Traditional three-point play there for Quincy Wadley. So gets it to J.J. Massaquoi, and an amazing block by Isaiah Shaw.
Went up with him.
Wow. That was, you got to give credit where credit's due. That was a tremendous block right there.
Yeah, J.J. made the right move. Certainly, say next year as a junior, he'll be stronger. He'll finish in there. But great block by Isaiah Shaw. He met it at its apex. So 38-33, O'Connell responding to DeMatha's run. But certainly a good quarter for the Stags. They went up by a little bit, but they've only given up 12 points. Remember, they gave up 26 in the first quarter, which is way too much.
Yes. So just a 30-second timeout that time for the Stags. And they'll send the same 5 back out.
Just under a minute to go.
Chris McElveen will guard Quincy Wadley on the inbound. He gets it into Isaiah Shaw. Back to Wadley. And good defense by Mason So, but that one will dribble out of bounds and stays with the Knights. Adam Umidush this time will inbound. Gets it into Kalker. Corey Kalker working against A.J. McCleary. He's going to drive in, passes it out to the corner, and they're going to call an offensive foul off the ball by Corey Kalker. DeMatha takes over.
Legal screen there. Stags ball on the baseline.
41 and 7/10.
All right. So we got to test our passes.
This little skip pass to Mason So, bounce pass back to McCleary, inside to Massaquoi, and again, could not finish, blocked from behind, but a nice job by McCleary on the other end to make the interception, and now with the shot clock off, DeMatha looks like they're going to try and hold for the last shot of the half.
Now watch, see if O'Connell traps when they throw it to a wing.
Chris McElveen back to So, and into McElveen. And a nice job by Chris McElveen. A little bit off balance, knew that he was not going to be able to get that back in, so takes it down, goes back up with it, and draws the foul.
Yeah, I like the way he gathered himself there. It was going to be a tough opportunity to catch and finish all in one motion, brought it down, went up strong on the foul line.
He'll make the first of 2 free throws here. DeMatha going to need to play some defense here. About 7 ticks left for O'Connell after this free throw. And it is no good, so they'll have to go the full court here. Umidouche passes it up. Not a great pass there. And Shane Lincoln was way off balance. No chance of making that 3. And that is where we will leave it at the end of the first half. O'Connell's lead has dissipated from 10 to 4 over the course of that second quarter, but undoubtedly a much better effort by the Stags in that second frame.
Well, certainly, as we mentioned, you go from 26, giving up 26 in the first quarter to 12. Now, part of it was the pace. So, offense kind of consistent, 16 and 18, about the same. Take better care of the ball, move the ball. And sometimes you got caught, the first guy with it, trying to initiate. When we swing the ball, that's when Isaiah Arnold got some open looks. And even if he doesn't get the look, they have to guard him. That'll create opportunities for other. But not on the first touch, maybe on the second touch.
Yep.
So keep moving the ball. So we're going to take a break right now. We'll be back at the half. O'Connell 38, DeMatha 34.
As we get set here for the second half of action, the DeMatha Stags and the O'Connell Knights. Isaiah Arnold had a great second quarter for the Stags. He's leading all scorers so far tonight with 14 points of his own. He hit 3 triples in that second quarter, and he was helped by Malcolm Thomas, who had a few blocks, a couple dunks, including an alley-oop.
Well, I think if I'm DeMatha, I'm looking at Isaiah Arnold, where he gets his shots, off the good ball movement. Nothing against Isaiah, but he's a great outside shooter. He's pretty much always going to score an assist, so that good ball movement, getting the ball from one side of the floor to the other, will open things up for him and open things up for others. Sometimes we get into trouble. We work so hard on defense, and we play at the same pace on offense, and maybe we try a little bit too hard too early in the shot clock.
Yeah, in that second quarter, it seemed like DeMatha was maybe just a little bit more patient on offense, and during those stretches, they seemed to have quite a bit of success. Stags were down 26-16 at the end of the first quarter. It's now just a 4-point game as DeMatha was able to more than double their score from the first quarter, while also severely limiting O'Connell's ability to get their shots to fall.
And just a side note, I don't know who our new PA announcer is, but he rivals Father Damien for having that MC voice there. It's kind of that radio voice.
Yes. So to start the second half of action, O'Connell takes the inbound. This is Corey Kalker working against Jaden Winston, and he's going to get some help from Prashant Hill. And 3, no good. Isaiah Arnold had it ripped away. Samson Ogwande can't seem to finish, and he walks under the basket. And that's a turnover. Prashant Hill will inbound for the Stags. And a quick foul. Too aggressive, Jaden Harris.
Samson Ogwande, a real force inside. DeMatha actually pretty good job, but Samson was able to cause all sorts of problems inside.
Ball just kept finding his hands.
Malcolm Thomas with the big save, though, in terms of the block. Stags ball on the baseline. Again, O'Connell really aggressive.
Mason So puts it up for Malcolm Thomas, and Thomas was about to pull himself up.
He didn't, but it was pretty close.
It was close. David Rochester on the other end puts it in, and O'Connell gets those two right back. Ooh. Dangerous pass to the middle of the court, and Jaden Winston, as Corey Kalker almost got his hands in that passing lane.
DeMatha early on, press had bothered him a little bit in the first half. They've got that card slicing through, getting the ball to the middle. Got the easy dunk by Thomas last possession. They had something going on there.
Isaiah Arnold way too strong on that 3 in the corner. One thing that the heavy pace did in the first quarter for the Stags, as Samson Ogwande makes that one. One thing that went in the Stags' favor with that was that they forced a lot of fouls on O'Connell, got the Knights into some early foul trouble, and now in this second half, some more early foul trouble for O'Connell is already in the first minute and change of this quarter, 3 fouls by the Knights.
DeMatha doing a better job of cutting aggressively to the ball in the middle. Morgan used to have a saying about being a greedy receiver. Go through there looking for the ball.
That one will force Samson Ogwande from the game, at least temporarily, as Isaiah Shaw checks in for him. Nice little turnaround jumper by Malcolm Thomas. Couldn't get it to fall.
Good cut, but didn't quite have his balance. Ooh.
Good spin. Isaiah Arnold let him go by, just not trying to foul, but it worked out in the Stags' favor. Mason So tried to push it ahead, but that's going to fly out of bounds. At least they forced O'Connell to reset.
Stags man-to-man, picking up about 3/4 court.
Corey Kalker.
They may jump a little bit if the situation arises.
Jaden Winston defending. Malcolm Thomas will come in on Jaden Harris. Harris finds a man under the rim, and he blew the easy layup. Quincy Wadley couldn't get it to fall. Wadley's done a fantastic job tonight. Couldn't get it that time, but Jaden Harris picks him up, makes a tough jumper.
Tough little tweener shot there in the lane. 44-36. O'Connell up.
Jaden Winston, a little bit of contact, couldn't get it to fall. The defense influenced the shot there as Quincy Wadley puts up the three, high off the back of the rim, no good. Isaiah Arnold with the rebound on the break. Oh, trying to get to Mason Sub, but Prashant Hill was there. Isaiah Arnold not able to hit that one.
Wasn't quite ready, caught the ball high and then went down low and back up. He's got to catch it lower, be ready to shoot.
And that three is good by Jaden Harris. Harris with 5 quick points here. Oh, no!
Wow.
Isaiah Arnold got a little lazy there trying to tap it back to Jaden Winston. Winston was not expecting it.
Never secured the ball. Just kind of tapped it, let it out there. O'Connell reacted correctly. 49-36. Great start for the O'Connell Knights, much like it was in the first quarter. Zags helping them out a little bit with some sloppy ball handling. I'm sure Coach Jones got a few things to talk about in this timeout.
Yeah, I should think so. 13-point lead now. That's the biggest lead we've seen for either team tonight.
So not going to get it back all at once. Certainly in a good possession. I think, again, let's get back to moving the ball from one side of the floor to the other. Again, we're falling in love with early fast break. Take it to the rim, first guy, that's fine. But once you come down 5-on-5, you've got to get the ball from one side of the floor to the other, create those opportunities.
Important here for the Stags to start whittling back into this lead now. Really can't wait until the fourth quarter and have a lead like this at that point and expect to have success. So Stags will come back out. They'll make a few changes. Winston and Malcolm Thomas will stay on the court, but joining them now will be Charles Thomas, Jacob Wallace, and A.J. McCleary. Wallace takes the inbound from Winston. Little trap defense. Malcolm Thomas there under the rim, and a nice job to force that one up off the glass.
Caught the ball in great shape, gathered himself, knocked it in.
And on the other end, Jaden Harris responds to the two with a three.
Real good answer. 52-38.
Wallace gets it back to Malcolm Thomas, and Thomas once again drives to the lane, gets it in, and he'll go to the line for a chance at a traditional three-point play.
Certainly if you're Coach Jones, you may think, let's go back to that play next time. Brought Malcolm up to the high post on the left side, but he's able to turn to his left hand. His strong hand, got the man on his hip, rode him to the bucket. Easy layup, go to the line for one.
Rims out on the free throw, but he got the two. In the corner, high off the rim, and Adam Umidush is there to clean it up. They don't get the three, but they'll settle for the two.
Long shots like that, everybody's got to be a rebounder.
McCleary to Wallace, to Winston, back to Wallace, back to Winston. DeMatha working it around the perimeter. Gets it inside. There's Malcolm Thomas, and this time could not finish under the rim. But a good job by A.J. McCleary on defense, forcing the turnover. And now Malcolm Thomas, oh, and a clean block by David Rochester.
Good push by the Stags. Malcolm kind of got caught on the baseline behind the backboard, enabling David Rochester to make kind of a pin there against the backboard. Didn't have a clear shot at the rim.
Not sure who they called that one on. The official was holding up two fingers, but the only 11 on the court is Corey Calker for O'Connell, and the foul was not called on him. May have been called on Jaden Winston, who is going to the bench. The three is good by Quincy Wadley.
Having a great game. The rim is really looking really big to him. O'Connell in their zone again. 2-3. May trap a little on the wing.
Cade Sebastian in the game takes that pass from Wallace. Passes it off, gets it back. Deep three by Cade Sebastian is good. It's a three that DeMatha needed. They need a lot more. And they got to keep working into this lead that O'Connell has built.
Jaden Harris looking to create.
Harris drives on Charles Thomas, and a little bit of same team energy there from Adam Umidush and Jaden Harris. He ended up tipping the ball out of bounds, and Adam Fox will inbound for the Stags.
Good news
Shane
to
Lincoln
DeMatha
checking
ball.
in.
The bad news is only because 2 O'Connell players were fighting over. Again, Stags got a rebound by committee. All 5 guys. Too often we've got 3 guys inside and 2 guys watching and cheering. O'Connell back man to man. Ashton Meeks had just entered in, one of our outside shooters.
And a little too much contact for the official, as Corey Kalker is going to be called for the foul there. He was defending Jacob Wallace. Sebastian's got to get it in. He does to Adam Fox. Adam Fox going to drive into the lane, dumped it off. Open look for 3. That's Ashton Meeks, the freshman.
Very composed, didn't quite get a clean catch on it. Took a dribble, got himself set, knocked it down. Big bucket for the Stags.
Got a chance to call his name a couple times in that Roosevelt game. Hadn't seen him yet tonight, but he makes a quick indent on this game. And Charles Thomas came down with the ball, but one of his feet just out of bounds.
Great rebound by Charles in traffic. Just got unlucky.
Jaden Harris takes the inbounds, drives on Adam Fox, able to get it out to Wadley, back inside to Harris. Ashton Meeks running back and forth, but Wadley is going to hit that.
You can't leave him to double team the post. You got to know who you're guarding.
Fox drives in, no good, and a lot of Stags had a chance for it. Nobody able to clean it up. And I think they called that one on, was that on Wallace?
Jacob Wallace, yeah. Trying to dig the ball out on the rebound there. It'll be O'Connell ball on the baseline. 2:02 to go, 60-46. O'Connell starting to stretch it out a little bit.
2 minutes in the third quarter.
Stags look like a little 1-2-2.
And there's another 3, and another one falls for Quincy Wadley. He is having himself a night. Meeks going to take his own 3. No good. Little short off the rim. And some fighting for it, but ultimately it's Shane Lincoln who comes down with it, and O'Connell slows it down.
If I'm O'Connell, I look to run a little clock and get the ball to Quincy Wadley.
Somebody's open. And there it's Corey Kalker, nice floater.
Everything going right for the Knights. 65-46. A minute to go in the quarter.
Adam Fox gets it to Ashton Meeks. Meeks drives and no basket according to the official. They're going to say that there was a foul before he went up.
Hand check, it'll be DeMatha ball on the baseline.
Yep, Corey Kalker called for that one. Next foul by O'Connell will put the Stags in the bonus. Only 2 team fouls against DeMatha here in this half. Get a couple of substitutions for the Knights as Adam Umidush and David Rochester get back into the game. Aiden Kalker will check in.
Jaden Winston, Malcolm Thomas back in for the Stags. See if we can finish the quarter strong.
Winston to Sebastian. Cade Sebastian gets his man to leave his feet, and he takes the deep two. I think he knew he wasn't going to make that, but he'll take the 2 free throws.
That was a senior move by the sophomore.
It was.
Man on the closeout, started the drive, didn't quite have the shot. Good ball fake, got the man in the air, leaned his body in.
So this is 2 free throws coming up for Sebastian. Quincy Wadley will check out. And first one bangs through.
Cade Sebastian here, making his presence felt here at the end of the third quarter. Had knocked down a 3 previously.
No good on the second one, but Jaden Winston, nice job to save that. Malcolm Thomas has it, but they're going to call him for the travel.
A little over anxious there. Good hustle by Jaden Winston, knocked the ball free. Cade Sebastian was able to recover it. Stags just a little over anxious there.
Deep pass to Umidush, and he's going to go up. No good. Good defense by Malcolm Thomas. Winston in transition. He takes it all the way.
Great finish. Used his body well. Kept the defender off. Kissed it off the glass. Stags a little action here. A little trap in the corner. Stags
and they're going
to the baseline.
Wow. Great job by Jaden Winston. I'm not sure how that was not off of him, but he did a great job on that play.
Well, with the Stags this year defensively, if it's above 6 feet, Malcolm Thomas got to make a play. Below 6 feet, it's going to be Jaden Winston. Both guys causing problems defensively. See if the Stags can cash in.
17.4. Adam Fox takes the inbound. Sebastian in the corner. No good. A little too strong. Jaden Winston fighting for the rebound, and coming away with it is Jacob Wallace. Wallace up strong and off the backboard. Great finish by Jacob Wallace, and that will do it for the third quarter. Stags have a lot of ground to make up, but at least a little bit of momentum to end the third quarter.
Again, if you're O'Connell, you're loving life, right? They've got 38 at the half. They go to 65. I was never good in math. I think that's 27 points.
The
so
math
if you go
teacher, not good
first
at
and
math.
third, right, you give up 26, you give up 27. Stags, on the other hand, get 17, but certainly some signs of life there. Defensively, Jaden Winston, Malcolm Thomas causing some problems. The pace getting a little hectic, which hopefully is to the Stags. You know, sometimes it's hard to get a lead, but it's also hard to play with a lead. So O'Connell's been playing lights out, you know, full speed ahead, knocking down threes. All of a sudden now you start thinking, all right, I got to slow down, and you change your mentality a little bit, become a little bit tentative, pass up some shots. Maybe the Stags can dig their way back in here.
A situation that DeMatha only rarely finds itself in, down by 14 going into the final quarter of the game. In your experience, Coach, what do you say to your players in this situation? How do you get them to, not give up on this game?
Well, I don't think you do that if you're a DeMatha player, because you're worried about your team. You're also worried about your playing time. How do you look? But I think the big thing is you got to defend. Certainly if you're looking at 65 points, they can't score 20. If they get to 85, that's really hard. We got to score in the 30s.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to have a great quarter defensively. And if we do that, that should create some opportunities on the fast break. Oh.
Trying to get it inside to Mason So. Malcolm Thomas threw it away.
But
on the other end, Jaden Harris throws it away, trying to find David Rochester cutting to the basket.
I think he'd made up his mind early he was going to go back door, and then he was just going to force it in there. That's like the old Daniel Jones. The new Daniel Jones makes the right decision.
He's been having himself a pretty terrific year.
He has.
Prashant Hill gets it off to Jaden Winston. No good, and that's Quincy Wadley back in the game. He looked like he was a little bit shaken up back in the third quarter, coming down awkwardly, but he's back in and looks just fine, jumping up for that rebound. Umidush for three, no good. Malcolm Thomas with the rebound, And now DeMatha on 2-on-4 and just too aggressive. Umidush takes it away. Tight defense. Jaden Winston comes away with it, and he's got a clean lane and an easy layup. Nothing fancy, but a quick 2 points for the Stags.
Again, if they don't score, we got a chance.
Good block attempt, nothing there, but at least influenced the shot. And on the other end, I believe that was Prashant Hill who came down with the rebound. Mason So for three. No good. Out of position was Malcolm Thomas, but it didn't matter because Jaden Winston was there, and he will draw the foul under the basket.
Jaden Winston starting to really assert himself, taking the ball to the basket, making some good reads on the passes. See if we can knock down some foul shots here.
First free throw good by Winston. Shane Lincoln checks in for Adam Umidush. No good on the second. And too aggressive going after the ball on the David Rochester rebound. Just the third team foul against the Stags here in the second half.
Not a bad foul because we know we're going to have to get back in this game. There was only team fouls, 2 team fouls on us, so probably no one's in foul difficulty. But you know, at the end of the game, we may want them to go to the foul line.
Yeah.
So we don't want to be in a situation where we got to foul 4 or 5 times
just to get into the bonus. Yep. A 5-second violation there. Shane Lincoln couldn't find a man to inbound it, and DeMatha will take possession. And we'll get a timeout here. I believe this is O'Connell calling the timeout, and they're going to go with a full 60-second one here.
Again, nothing's changed. We still got a lot of time to go. O'Connell's yet to score in the quarter. Certainly be nice for DeMatha to get it under 10, kind of that first mental limit there. We get it into single digits, anything can happen. Hopefully O'Connell will start to feel a little bit of pressure. Like I say, those shots they were easily knocking down in the third quarter. Maybe they're thinking about, should I or shouldn't I, because we've got a lead. Should we protect the ball a little bit?
Yep. A little less than a minute and a half into the fourth frame.
Now the Stags are back in action. We've got the Heights at home on Thursday.
Yes.
And then if we go around the corner, they're off for the weekend, but Paul the Sixth here next Tuesday.
Yes.
They got 2 home games back-to-back coming up. The Knights will be in action again on Thursday. They will be at home, and they will host St. Mary's Riken.
It's a busy week for us, and in fact, it's a pretty busy month. Game every single week. And at the end of the month, we'll have a game against Gonzaga on Monday the 31st, followed by another game at the end of that week, that Friday. So after that, though, I think there's only one other February game on our schedule, at least at home. That inbound too high, and it's going to create an easy opportunity for Shane Lincoln, and the foul by Malcolm Thomas. He's not happy with himself on that one. Chance for a 3-point play by Shane Lincoln, and that would put this right back to a 14-point game. Definitely not what the Stags want.
Looking at that worst-case scenario for DeMatha, everything you want from O'Connell. DeMatha's ball on the baseline. We got a chance to cut it under 10. We can't inbound it at all.
Nope.
Lob pass over the top. O'Connell gets it. Foul on Malcolm Thomas. They get the 2. They go to the foul line. Worst case scenario.
Yep.
Simple things. You know, Coach Wooten always talks about number one thing in an inbounds play. Get the ball in bounds. You score, great, but get the ball in bounds.
3-point play converted by Shane Lincoln. 68-54, and Mason So. Lapse of concentration, backcourt violation. And he's going to take a breather. get a little bit frustrated, and sometimes you lose focus. That's all you can really say there.
Stags man-to-man, O'Connell ball. They'll throw it in the backcourt.
Darius Vance in the game for the Stags, along with J.J. Massaquoi. Samson Ogwade is back in the game as well for O'Connell. There, Arnold didn't take the three, passed it off. Winston, floater, no good. Went up against Samson Ogwande, but I don't think Winston's going to win that battle. And now on the other end, Lincoln, got caught in the air, managed to find a teammate. And now across court. No good that time by Wadley. Vance with the rebound. Vance off to Fox. Fox to Arnold. Arnold going to drive. And that was a little.
They may have missed that one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was probably an ill-advised pass.
It looked like a ground ball to short that went through the shortstop's legs.
Right.
I don't know how we got that, but great pass.
Adam Fox couldn't quite get a hold of it, but J.J. Massaquoi is there. Fox found him.
Smart decision by Adam Fox. Kind of out of position, dropped it off to J.J. for the easy layup. 68-56, coming up on 5 minutes. Quincy Wadley out front.
Ogwande looking for somebody to pass it off to, finds Wadley. Quincy Wadley into Jaden Harrison, turnaround jumper.
Had the height advantage there, caught it kind of that mid-post thing, almost like a short corner, just shot over the top.
Winston trying to find somebody. Adam Fox going to take a three. Hard bounce off the rim. Wadley there for the rebound. And a lot of spinning by Wadley, and Vance that time. Too much contact, foul.
Again, not a bad foul. A little pressure out front. Brings it to 5 team fouls. At some point, if we're catching up, we're going to want to send O'Connell to the line. O'Connell ball at half court.
A.J. McCleary and Malcolm Thomas check in for the Stags. Ogwande is going to check out for David Rochester. And Wadley checks out for Umidush. Good ball movement here by O'Connell. Jaden Harris hits the three.
Nice job by O'Connell.
And a full timeout coming for the Stags.
Nothing like a little kick out pass to a guy stepping into the three. Your percentage goes way up. 73-56. Certainly time left, but not a lot of time left. All right, DeMatha made a good run there. Had a chance to cut it in. Couple of miscues on the offensive end. They kind of shot themselves in the foot there. Allowed O'Connell to stretch out their lead. Now they're kind of off to the races.
Bit of a rough first quarter for the Stags, but they responded in the second quarter and looked pretty good. It looked like they were in a position to get back into it, but things got out of hand in that third quarter. And now in the fourth, it is just not getting any better. 14-point lead stretches out now to 17, heading in the wrong direction.
But as we know, it's going to be a learning year for the Stags.
It is.
A lot of points walk out the door last year in terms of Tyrell Ward and Rodney Rice.
Yep.
Rodney's down to Virginia Tech. He's been injured. I don't think he's played yet. I know he was supposed to be in the team, but I don't know if he's at the floor. And Tyrell Ward's at LSU. You know, that was 35 to 40 points right there with those two.
Yep. So
the guys that are playing here were in a different role last year.
Darius Vance comes back for that one. Winston cutting back through the lane. Not really the lane, but
Yep.
cutting back through a lane of defenders. Winston to Arnold, back to Winston. Gets to Malcolm Thomas, and
just wasn't able to finish inside.
Yeah.
Had turned the corner. Looked like he was going to be able to bring it up. O'Connell knocked it out of his hands, out of bounds.
Looked almost like he was trying to give that one up to Vance as a defender was cutting in on him, but it was knocked out of bounds in either case.
If I'm Coach Jones, I go to Malcolm Thomas and say, you will never get an assist when you're in the lane. You catch the ball in the lane, you finish. The guy makes a great play, But no turnovers for you, no assists.
Kate Sebastian checks in.
So again, first thing, let's make sure we get the ball in bounds.
Gets it and gets a man off balance, no good. And then Malcolm Thomas couldn't secure the rebound. Winston Arnold for three. No good, Isaiah Arnold. Winston comes away with the rebound, and the floater's good.
Good job by the Stags to dig it out. Isaiah Arnold knocks it free.
Try to get there.
Still gets it.
Good job of Malcolm Thomas. Good patience not leaving his feet there. Now he's got to defend in the paint. Does a good job forcing the kick out. And now Lincoln looking for somebody. That three, way too strong by Rochester. Isaiah Arnold driving, gets it across to A.J. McCleary for three, and McCleary knocks it down.
Kind of a stumbling move by Isaiah Arnold, but drew the traffic inside, got in the lane, was able to kick it out for the three. 73-61, Stags feeling a little bit of life.
I think DeMatha's bench was looking for a travel by Samson Ogwande. Instead, that's going to be defensive foul into the basket by A.J. McCleary, and that's going to send Corey Culker to the line to shoot two.
Nice job by A.J. Tried to step in, maybe just got there a little late. 3 minutes to go, 73-61.
First free throw, no good. Get a couple of substitutions on O'Connell's side. Jacob Wallace checks back in for DeMatha. For the Knights, it is Jaden Harris and Quincy Wadley re-entering the game. The two of them have certainly left a mark in this contest.
Make sure we block out, secure the ball.
Second free throw is good, and it's a 13-point game.
Jaden Winston up top.
Winston was trying to get a cutting Kate Sebastian, but a good defensive play in the lane, and it's Jaden Harris on the other end with the dunk.
Stags don't change in. Big bucket for O'Connell, 240. We may start to lose some of our crowd. Good ball reversal by the Stags. Isaiah Arnold with the cast off. Good call.
Well, it's interesting, some of this crowd that's leaving seems to be O'Connell's fans. It's a bit of a drive for them, so understandable, I suppose.
O'Connell ball on the baseline, 76-61, 2:30.
Good
Jaden
defense
Winston
by
again.
Isaiah Arnold. Jaden Winston came away with it, and Arnold will draw the foul in the lane.
Love the aggressiveness by Isaiah. Jaden Winston with a big steal. Love the aggressiveness. Maybe he's better off a little pull-up. Took it into traffic there. Did get the call up.
Arnold makes the first of two. And the second also good. Gwande to Harris, over to Culker, back to Harris as O'Connell's getting some good ball movement. And it's going to be Wadley finishing at the rim against Malcolm Thomas.
Great job. Took it right out. Malcolm at the last moment, veered off, finished with the left hand.
Malcolm Thomas can't finish his own inside the lane. He'll shoot two, so he did draw the foul.
Good job, used his body, took the contact, went to lay it in. Next year, that'll be a three-point play.
an errant
It's been that
horn.
kind of a night for the Stags. It's when your own scorekeeper, clock operator is going against you.
Oh, my goodness. And Malcolm Thomas misses
Good ball,
the first.
just a little tough luck on that one.
Better stroke on the second one. Thomas puts that one through. And we'll get a timeout by the Stags.
We got a full timeout here. Certainly if you're Joe Wooten, you're talking about ball security. 30-second shot clock, yeah, he'll take a 30-second violation. Stags are going to have to be aggressive. You're in the one-on-one, so I would imagine they'll pressure all over the place in the backcourt. Once they get over, look to make things happen. And the expression is ball of the clock. In other words, you're looking, you get a steal, great. Maybe you get a steal without fouling. But if you can't get the steal, it's okay to send them to the line.
First day back on campus today after our winter break. Had just over 2 weeks off, which well-deserved by our students, by our faculty.
Well, I don't know about your classes, but I know my classes, my guys really miss me. They were happy. I think some of the guys got together, talked a little geometry over the break. You know, some little
they were ready to go.
Study groups at Starbucks. Yep.
It's great to hear. That's some pretty good participation in my American literature class today. There were a couple students, so I could tell we're already ready for summer break, which, you know, we'll reel them back in. You know, sometimes it takes a day or two. 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. It's a 14-point game here. It's pretty competitive at the half. But the second half has not gone DeMatha's way at all. And right there, an indication. It's a small sample of what we've seen here in the second half is Umidush able to finish at the rim and draw the foul.
Great job by O'Connell. DeMatha actually tipped the ball. Malcolm Thomas had a pretty good shot at it. Wasn't able to get it. O'Connell retained possession. Nice finish by Adam Umidush at the rim. He'll go to the line. He's got one shot.
Misses that one. Winston there gets it to Isaiah Arnold, and good pressure by O'Connell turns it over. Looking for Wadley in the corner, but hands up in the lanes. DeMatha able to come away with it, and hard tumble by Cade Sebastian. So that ball was tied up, and they are going to call.
2 shots. He gave him 2.
Yep.
I'm not sure if
who
Cade knew he was going to shoot it, but
yeah.
It was going to be 2 anyhow. But right away, the referee signaled 2 that he was going up.
Yep. And Sebastian is good on the first. One more coming up. A.J. McCleary checks in for the Stags.
Take yours.
So a night off tomorrow for us. We'll be right back at it on Thursday. Stags taking on the Heights. Sebastian made both free throws. It's an 80-66 game. Under a minute and a half to play.
Oh.
And to the floor, A.J. McCleary.
Good sell up by A.J. Got on the floor. Tough luck for O'Connell. Loose ball foul. Again, O'Connell in great shape. Up 80-66. A minute 24 to go.
little bit of contact up in his neck area, but looks like he's all right. And first free throw for McCleary is good. And the second one also good.
80-68, minute 24 to go. Stags scrambling again. A little bit of pressure in the backcourt.
And out of bounds, it's going to go to DeMatha. Shane Lincoln doesn't think that he was on the baseline, but the official says otherwise. And Isaiah Shaw is going to check in for O'Connell. Isaiah Arnold in for DeMatha. Ooh, great finish at the rim by Jaden Winston.
Nice finish, went left, finished with the right hand, kind of an underhanded scoop shot. Stags creating havoc again. See if we get a three here.
And Cade Sebastian put it up. Oh, somehow almost made it, just tossing it. And with 55 seconds, DeMatha with a chance here to cut this down to single digits. Still a lot to make up in a short time, but.
Well, Corey, you're a little bit young for this, but any of my older listeners there, Duke, Maryland.
Oh, no, I know it. I know Miracle Minute. I may not have seen it firsthand, but anybody who's a Maryland fan knows about that 1 minute stretch against Duke. That was, ugh.
I was actually at the game.
Oh, were you?
Yep.
Oh.
Stags will do a little offense-defense substitution.
Cade Sebastian makes both free throws. It's an 8-point game. Pass down court. Oh man, AJ McCleary selling out. Couldn't quite make the catch, so it's going to stay with O'Connell, but that kind of energy can definitely motivate your teammates.
Great read by AJ, kind of playing free safety back there. That ball was in the air a long time.
And waiting on something with the clock. Mark it down to 54.2.
So again, Stags will come with the pressure. If nothing happens quickly, they'll go with the foul.
Malcolm Thomas takes it away.
Nice.
Cade Sebastian finishes. It's a 6-point game.
Stags trapping.
Oh, and they're going to call the foul before Jacob Wallace made the interception. Cade Sebastian can't believe it. Jaden Winston can't believe it.
Stags, great trap on the baseline.
Shane Lincoln.
Perfect read on the interception. You don't foul in the trap. Don't let him step through. Make the passer's life miserable. But the play's going to come from the interceptor.
Shane Lincoln is going to shoot free throws here.
All right, so we got 1-on-1.
Yeah, it's a 1-on-1 situation. That was just DeMatha's 9th team foul. The next foul will put O'Connell in the double bonus, but here we got a 1-on-1. So if he misses, you got to be crashing the boards.
So again, the first thing here is possession. Get the rebound.
The student section is still here for the Stags. Lincoln goes ahead and
Big foul
puts that
shot
to
for
rest.
Shane Lincoln.
Yep, put that to rest. Made the first one. It's a 7-point game now. O'Connell pulls their guys out of the lane, and he makes both free throws. So 8-point game, 42.9. DeMatha needs to press. Jacob Wallace drives and finishes. Great job by Jacob Wallace at 6 points again.
Oh,
and they are doing a really nice job to try and make it hard for Shane Lincoln to get the ball down court, but he does do so, and ultimately Jaden Winston forced to foul. Sends him back to the line, and now 2 free throws the rest of the way.
Stags had their chance. They were scrambling. The spin move right at the midcourt logo. Exposed the ball to everyone. Stags came up empty, though.
First free throw rims out. DeMatha wishes they'd gotten some of that on the last trip to the line. .1.
Shane Lincoln again on the line.
And
O'Connell only.
Yep. Oh.
All right. Little hold up there. That was the 5th foul on Jaden Winston.
Yep, so Winston will have to take a seat. He's done for the night.
But Jaden has done a great job creating that havoc that works so well for us, creating a loose ball. Like I said before, anything under 6 feet, he gets his hands on it. Big thing with the Stags here, got to block out.
Yep, Jaden Harris down there for O'Connell. Doesn't matter. Lincoln makes the second free throw. It's a 7-point game. Pressure by O'Connell, and it's poked away from Cade Sebastian. Good defense by Quincy Wadley. DeMatha forced to foul with 17 seconds left, and it's starting to look a little more dire for the Stags.
Tough play for the sophomore, caught in the middle of the floor. Got to be a little bit stronger. I think we had something there to turn and know that he's going to be a passer from there. Turn, find one of the shooters on either wing.
Jaden Harris makes the first one. Lights are going out around us. They want us out of here as soon as this game is over. We are almost at the 2-hour mark.
I think they're on a timer.
Had some long games already for the Stags, and both of our first 2 games have gotten up there close to the 2-hour mark, it feels like. Second free throw also good. It's a 9-point game with 17 seconds. See what the Stags can do here. A.J. McCleary off to Jacob Wallace. He drives, lays it up and in, and he takes the foul, so he'll shoot one.
Now, O'Connell's still in pretty good shape, but if you're Coach Joe Wooten, you're saying, why? The last thing we want to do, this isn't the pro. The clock doesn't stop on a make.
Right.
Let it go. If he makes the layup, 8.8.
Yeah.
O'Connell barely has to inbound the ball.
Yep.
You get 5 seconds. There's only going to be like 3 seconds by the time you inbound it.
Yep.
Now it brings a lot of things into play in terms of, I don't know if they've worked on the intentional miss, but you got Malcolm Thomas out there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you try it. Doesn't hurt to try it. And that is exactly what he went for. Oh, what? I'm not familiar with that call, Coach.
The shooter has to wait until the ball hits the rim.
Ah.
All right?
Yeah.
So Jacob Wallace shot the ball.
And then went into the lane. Yeah. Yep. Can't do that. And they get it into Wadley. Wallace fouls. Quincy Wadley will shoot 2. This game seems about done here. Of course, all around the sporting world today, everybody talking about, thinking about DeMar Hamlin, that freak heart issue that he had last night in the Bills-Bengals game.
Yeah, certainly you care for him.
Yeah.
You care for his teammates. You care for his family. Anything that happened there supersedes. We know these guys that go out, particularly in football, but in any sport, there's always the risk of injury. And certainly you never even think about it, something like that. An ankle, a knee, yeah, part of the game. But something like that, and what happened on the field immediately, we just hope everything works out for the young man.
Yeah, so thinking about him, his family, all the players who were there, and all the players who weren't there who were dealing with, just the emotions of seeing one of their brothers go down on the field like that. A tough loss here for the Stags tonight, 87-78, the final score at the hands of Bishop O'Connell. The Knights came in and played a terrific job, especially in the second half. DeMatha just couldn't really get their footing after that intermission.
Well, we had the one good defensive quarter in the second quarter.
Yes,
and
a good offensive quarter in that quarter as well. But
we gave up 26 in the first. We gave up 27 in the third.
Yep.
And even coming into the fourth quarter, they 65.
Yeah, gave up 22.
We said we couldn't give up 20. They didn't give up 20. We gave up 22.
Yeah.
So it starts there. But certainly, got to take better care of the ball.
Yep.
It's probably the most important thing. You're going to make some turnovers, particularly when they play at that pace, but some of the things like the inbounds play, the stepping in backcourt, the careless inbounds here, those are the things that shouldn't happen. And those are the things the guys are going to learn as we go through the season. As said before, it's a brand new team, but a lot of the guys playing major minutes now didn't play a lot last year. So hopefully they learn from this. Big win for the Knights. First of all, anytime you beat DeMatha, I know that means something to Joe.
Yep.
His dad was here all those years. Joe went here. Joe got to start coaching here. And if my math is correct, that's career winner O'Connell, number 499. And 500 is pretty special. So congrats to Joe. A job well done. His kids played great.
We'll be right back here on DM Stags TV 2 nights from now. Thursday night, DeMatha hosts the Heights, the Cavaliers from the Heights School. So tune in on Thursday night. Neil and I will be here. So for Neil, for William Bradley, thank you on the main camera, and for the rest of our video broadcast class, this is Corey Puffett signing off for DM Stags TV.